Please do not collide. You piece of garbage. You rude mother humper. Wow. How about the... Wow. Wow. Hello everyone who just loves them red lasers doing red lasery things all over the red place. I'm BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths Hardest Neater, Part 7. I actually remember the number. Damn it, Gary, you're spoiling what's coming later. In any case, before we get started, I wanted to just thank people for leaving constructive criticism regarding the vehicles being used in this campaign. It's been very helpful. So we're going to quickly go over the changes I have made to the Dragonforce and Gary. Gary is over there, engaging a marauder at point-blank range, because Gary is very brave. So first things first, the Dragonforce now has balloons. It has a lot of balloons because it turns out it does dunk itself in the water every so often, and that is bad. The second thing is that the fuel storage is now spread out away from the AI compartment, because I forgot that I just kind of put the fuel storage right here. The space isn't being used for anything right now. I don't know what I'm going to put there. I was hoping I would think of something eventually. In any case, the fuel is now safely moved away from other things. It will set a lot of this thing on fire, unfortunately, but it is spread out in a way that hopefully it doesn't burn anything that is critically important. So that is nice. I think that's about it. Balloons, and the other thing. Balloons and fuel. Fuel and balloons. So now I can literally... I don't think I can do this. Nope, I can't do that. Unfortunately not. As for Gary, there's been a bunch of changes for Gary. Also, similar thing. First things first, beautiful icons made over here. Gary Bearclaw. This is what happens when you face Gary. This is not a dissimilar vibe from the front of the face over there, except possibly looking more drug-crazed, I guess. So yeah, I have moved Gary's lasers up to the top to hopefully give both of those laser turrets a better field of fire. And also, I have noticed that Gary, just because of the way he side strafes from side to side, he gets hit on the sides a lot. Over here, I'm hoping it gets hit less. So yeah, Gary actually gave me a bit of a headache trying to retrofit, because there kept being little tiny details to go over and fix, but that's all good. The other thing is that it was pointed out that Gary's fuel storage in the back here would actually set off the ammo compartment. It used to be over here. I have now moved it to the middle, which also helps to justify the amount of armor around here. So here they are. They're all separated out on bits of stone. There's stone beams over here. Stone beams all hither and thither, so hopefully it burns through stone before burning anything else. This is still a lot of flammable stuff all here, and now I've just realized, oopsie daisy, a steam engine explode. So that's a bit of an issue. But Gary should hopefully do better. Gary is unfortunately more expensive than he used to be, I think. Gary actually... Wow, the Marauder actually managed to hit. That is impressive. And yeah, the Dragonforce is also more expensive, unfortunately. It is now 100k materials exactly. I think the old version was like 98,000, so it's not that big a deal. Maybe I put too much balloons on it. Oh well. In any case, let's turn God mode off this Marauder, and let's talk about what we want to accomplish. Also, actually, I have been working on a submarine, which I may or may not end up building in this episode. But when I do, just a heads up, it needs a name. Because the problem with the carnivals at the moment is that because they have a periscope, things with cameras can see them to a degree of accuracy that I didn't think they'd be able to do, so there is that. Anyway, that's our good luck Marauder dead. It is time to go retrofit everything in the campaign and push the offensive against the Grey Talon. So I will see you there. Oh boy, we got incoming. Alright, so what we got here? The Casimir, the Hellfire, and the Dawn Cutter. So the Scarlet Dawn, they are pissed off. Actually, the Casimir's not as big as I thought it was. Neither is the Hellfire. Okay, the Dawn Cutter is big, but I happen to know it's an easy design, so that's good news for us. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna send the Blind Guardians to pick a fight over here. Moving now. Alright, here goes nothing. Let's see if a whole bunch of Blind Guardians can take this on. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? We've got Phalaris, which is pretty big. Casimir, not so big. Wasp, medium-ish. Dawncutter, which is already damaged. Warbird, Osprey, Lamprey, Proton Swarm, Zephyr. The Zephyr is actually quite dangerous. And the Hellfire. Alright. We got 3 cruisers. Let's see how we do. Right, go forth! Alright, so Boat Wrath. Actually, what? Oops, I set those guys up backwards. Alright, so there's the amusement. Uh-oh, the amusement is already crippled. That's not good. So now everything's coming from me instead. And the Warbird is despawning. So what do we got? We got the Phalaris. I have no idea what that is. There's another thing. What was that? The Dawncutter. Ah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that was already damaged. That is the problem with, like, interrupting a fight. It does tend to, like, result in stuff, like, immediately despawning. What's this? That's the Casimir. Alright. I just remember that being very fast. Where the hell is all my dudes? There's all my dudes. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad. Alright, what is this? Right, Phalaris is fast. What is it armed with? It's armed with a flamethrower. Oh, wow, I've never heard of this thing. It is flying very fast and being very, very bouncy. Guys, you need to drive. You need to drive fast. Why were you not driving? Please do not flamethrower me, bro. I have so much to live for. Oh, damn it. Please do not collide. You piece of garbage. You rude mother humper. Wow. How about the... Wow. Wow. That is the rudest flamethrowing craft I've ever seen in my life. Admittedly, like, it is basically dead because of that. Oh, you're gonna collide again, are you, you piece of shoe? It is! It's gonna collide again! And there goes another turret. Wow, don't you hate it when the enemy incompetence hurts you? Look at that. One turret lost, and another turret lost. Well then. You know what? That could have been avoided if the Grey Talons were better at driving. But they're not. They suck. Which one was that? Starving Hand. Well, multiple turrets clipped off, so that's infuriating. There's the Zephyr over there. We've run into that before. Well, in previous campaign playthroughs. The good news is that there's a crap ton of materials to salvage from this. Alright, so Casimir is basically crippled. Where's the Lamprey? Why are you reversing? What's wrong with you? Ah, this. This is why I don't do thrust vectoring, didn't do thrust vectoring on the Blind Guardian. Because it doesn't work in reverse. Right, alright, to the people who said that thrust vectoring was a good idea, it isn't. It actually isn't. I need to turn that off now, because otherwise... Actually, I think I only put it on one of the AIs as well. So I literally need to turn all of this off. Right, but to ensure that it's set correctly... Oh god, this sucks. And pause, and then go there, and then delete all of this so the thing can actually write itself again. Yeah, that's why, that's the short version of why we don't put thrust vectoring on things that can reverse. It does not work well. Right. Just gonna go here and save and bump version, save like that. Please do not. Oh, this is infuriating. This is not going well. Is the roll control just disabled? Like, full stop. Mother of God. Okay, this is why listening to people on the internet is sometimes a bad idea, because sometimes I knew there was a reason I didn't put thrust vectoring on the Blind Guardian. I knew, and the Icicle, I knew there was a reason. And now we're getting absolutely hammered by that thing, and that sucks. And assuming we survive this, we're gonna need... and there's the wasp. Which thankfully is not a really big deal. We just killed it. Alright, so we are slowly righting ourselves over there. What's over there? What's that? Over there? That is the Hellfire. Which I believe is fast as hell, so... Alright, looks like... Alright, which one are you? Oh, you were just... Alright, your name just got unnamed. I forget what you... I think it was Boatroth. Yep, that was it. Boatroth, accept. Okay, so this was not... It's a good thing we discovered this before we actually ran into, like, more dangerous things. But still. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie me. Ah yes, the Hellfire has a lot of it has a lot of missiles. That I do remember. Fortunately, it is susceptible to bullets. Unfortunately, the Blind Guardian is also somewhat susceptible to bullets. Wait, did we just spawn in? Nope. Wait, do we have... Yeah, we do. No, we still have only 2 Blind Guardians. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, there goes the... What was this? That was the Wasp. What this? This is the Zephyr. And there's the Hellfire. Which is thankfully using radar-guided missiles. How much block confetti are we losing off the Blind Guardian? Fair amount. Yep, fair amount. Right, gonna need you to unload at this Zephyr, boys and girls and indeterminate gender ships. Okay, this was messy. Gonna be honest with you folks. This was messy. And there's the Hellfire still being all hellfiery. And there goes the... What just... Oh, there goes the... Yay! Zephyr main gun down. Here's the thing. Just having one cart with one big gun on it works very well until that one gun gets exploded. And then you have... Shock horror. No gun. And the Hellfire is getting a lot of holes put into it, which is very nice. And... Kasploosh. And... Disintegrate. Alright. We won that. We did not manage to bail out our twin god. Wait, did we win that? What just spawned in? Oh, right. The Zephyr still needs to die. Die! There you go. Thank you for dying. Very good of you. Okay, so, I need to quickly retrofit the Blind Guardian so they do not do thrust vectoring. It was only last episode that I was said, like, thanks for telling me that, guys. I forgot to do that. Turns out I didn't do it very specifically on purpose. Where... There's one more thing. What is that? That's the Osprey. What is the Osprey when it's at home? Not to be confused with Offspring, which is a band. And there's... Oh gods, we are gonna need... Yeah, the protons are gonna be really hard to deal with if you do not have... Never mind, we're dealing with them just fine. Turns out spamming little shells at them works just fine. There is a Great Talon craft, I forget what it's called, but like it is the most Great Talon craft ever, even though it's not godly or anything like that. And I just love it, and I want to see it in this campaign, and I hope we do get to see it, assuming it's not going to annihilate us. Barrel snooped. I think both, yep, laser down, or just laser disabled. Are lasers turned off on some people? Oh, we just got... What the hell? Note to self, Guardians were not moving at the start of the fight. That, you know, a lot of traffic damage, collision damage, could have been avoided, perhaps, if the Blind Guardian just wiggled a bit more. Where's the Osprey? There it is. Follow the trail of Debris. Follow the trail of Deborah. Thank goodness for sturdy missile defense. Thank goodness for defense of the missile. Right, we've done a crap ton of kinetic damage as well, which is very nice. How many more stuff is to go? Not much. Right, which one are you? Boatroth? Hanging in there. And Starving Hand, lost 2 turrets, hanging in there. Lost to Grey Talon's terrible driving. That one flamethrowery thing was drunk. Extremely drunk. Actually, yeah, like converting some of the diff guns to Sabot. Definitely a good move. Definitely a good move. Alright, is there anything else? Is that the last of the thing? I hope that's the last of the thing. That makes my life easier. Okay. And the nuclear bomber goes like way the hell off somewhere else because I very deliberately turned off the collision detection on him. This is complete overkill, by the way. It is so much overkill that I'm going to turn the nuke button off because I have that. So nuclear bomber, nuke control, co-pilot McFist. Turn that off because I don't actually want that thing spawning in nuclear weapons. Is it already spawning in a nuclear weapon? No, it is not. It is spawning in 1 nuke. That is overkill, my friend. I guess I need to be faster than that. If you lot collide with each other, I'm going to kill both of you. Right, so this is complete silly overkill for this thing. Probably just 1 before the board would have done the trick. And we have a nuke. And done. Right, we now have just a little Metalhead nuke. Also, reminder to myself, this is the point where you need to discuss the Metalhead nuke. Alrighty, the Metalhead nuke, because I couldn't come up with a better metal-themed name for this thing. This is pretty straightforward nuclear device. The first thing we should do, I am proud of the deco with this thing, actually. I think it looks really good. I like to use glass for any kind of visual deco which makes the thing look bigger, because that's just a nice visual shorthand to show you that it's not actually there, don't panic. Power word, remove decoration. Alright, so let's start from the front here. It's got a ram on the front so it can kind of collide with something and stick into it. That seems to be working reasonably well. And then, as it kind of wiggles or breaks free, then these blocks break over here, and then the nuke is set off. This is, I have experienced... This thing has gone through a lot of different variations, so it's on version 29 now. And frankly, I'm sick of working on it, so this is what we're going to use. It used to have ACBs to trigger the weapons, but I tended to find that never worked particularly well. For whatever reason, there is a smoke disruptor in here. There is 2 reasons for this. Firstly, it means this thing is actually kind of laser resistant as far as tiny kamikaze craft go. It seems to actually work pretty well. It only uses about 0.5 materials per second, which is just as well. It does not have much material storage. There's an ACB, and it's just when there's an enemy within blah blah blah, it will release smoke for the smoke dispensers, and that's about it. What else is there's actually some room in here because there was some hasty renovations. This thing used to be way more complicated. It used to have 2 separate behaviors to close in and 1 to actually engage. So the first behavior would have the thing fly about 200 meters over the target, and then the second one, once you're within 200, 300 meters of the target, would have it spiral in closer. Both of these are hover above AIs. So it was hover 200 meters above the target, then hover 0 meters above the target, and that worked really well right up until it didn't. And then I replaced it with basically the default charge, like AI, and that actually works a lot better, so we're rolling with that. It has a tiny injector engine to power the ion thrusters and stuff, which it uses to steer. It has a tiny AI department. It has breadboard thrust vectoring as well, which is very handy. Really important for small craft like this, because it really cuts down on the block count. There is a... If a vehicle is within blah blah blah. Alright, so this is important because when this thing's at space with its steam jets, it's important not to have too much thrust in space because it makes it harder to slow down and maneuver. I could actually set this lower, and when the vehicle is within blah blah blah, we'll set drives to 200%, and that's very good. I forgot I did that. Anyway, here's a steam boiler powering all dust steam, and you'll see that these are all named. We've got right jet, left jet, middle jet, middle jet. So these things control pitch and roll as well as yaw, so it just all works very well. And here we have the origin block because this thing gets spawned in by the nuclear bomber version of the Before the Dawn bomber, which I should probably show off right here. Firstly, we'll spawn in Marauder over there so we can nuke it multiple times because that's funny. And then I will spawn in the Before the Dawn nuclear bomber, and I will turn... Whoop, I will turn its weapons off, so you can see how this works. So it just drives along, spawning things, and this thing, all smoked and very hard to see with cameras, just wobbles its way over there, and yes, this is like that kind of amphibious nonsense. And you'll see there it collided a bit, and now it goes kablooey, which is perfect. And now I will turn that off, because we don't need more nukes than we have now. Way over here, we have another nuclear weapon spawned by our friend. I'm going to turn that on, actually, because tee-hee-hee. Are you spawning more? Yes, you are. So, nuke spawners are considered pretty cheesy in From the Depths, and frankly, I see why. Really, the tactical nuke should be a warhead on a missile, or maybe cram at a stretch, and it's just kind of really uncool because, well, it's essentially a missile that isn't targeted by missile interceptors and isn't detected by munition warners, etc., etc. However, there's a bunch of stuff in Nita which uses nonsense like this, so we're doing it as well. Hooray for nuclear options.
Moving out.
Let's go intercept. I'm feeling cocky now because I got my ass kicked. Ah, Spain. All right. The Wyvern, lots of missile... Yeah, just missiles. I think the Wyvern is... Yep, this is quite an old Scarlet Dawncraft. This is not their scariest thing. Oh my god, you stupid bastards. Why? How and why did you do that? Seriously, like, no. What the hell, man? Ah! They were so good this whole campaign at not colliding with each other stupidly. And then what did they do? They collided with each other stupidly. I've lost more materials now from completely unnecessary collisions than from anything else. The secret weapon of these incredibly technologically advanced factions is to run straight into me or let my craft just run into each other. That is their plan. And it is working. And curse me. There you go. There you go. Alright, I'm very disappointed in you. Which one of you was most stupid? Yeehaw! Stop living up to your name for one moment, please. Gary, are you repaired? You are repaired! It is time for Gary to commit murder! We can actually spawn in something over here. Not that big, but we're going to spawn in some supplementary submarines. This is the point where we're going to need a name for this thing. And this is not finished. It just spams a lot of medium incendiary missiles. It's not clever. It's just been simply called the Kayak-In-Thirds. We're going to have one of them to supplement the Carnivores. And future me, you better remember to talk about it. Okay, so funny thing in From the Depths, I like to build canoes for fun. It's like almost meditative for me. It's just like when you can't think of what to do, build a canoe and start from there. I like to build them out of wood because, I don't know, I just like the way wood looks in this game. And so I kind of cobbled this together upon an afternoon just because I was like, hey, I have some time free for once. I could do anything right now. Let's play From the Depths instead. So this is a wooden missile canoe thing with spaced armor. It has a giant lambs on it, and it has a whole bunch of... What did I end up doing with these? A whole bunch of incendiary and reinforced missiles. I believe the ones on the front here are reinforced. I forget all about them. No, these are EMP, actually. And big lambs note. I'm actually quite proud of this thing. Like, it is a template to remember for me, honestly, because it's like, 3 rectangles with slopes on them. That is very convenient. Anyway, we're not talking about this thing. We're talking about what I retrofitted this into. Because as it turns out, I needed another submarine for Hardest Neater. Because the Carnival has limits. I love the Carnival. It works great. But the problem is, the Carnival has a periscope that sticks out of the water and allows cameras to actually see it. And allows things to shoot at it with an accuracy I didn't think they would be able to do, so that's egg on my face. So now we've got this thing, which is kind of unnamed. It's simply called the Kayak-In-Thirds subs, because that's just what I called that thing. Kayak-In-Thirds, don't ask why. And so this has been changed a little bit. So, starting from the rear, it's got double props back here. I freaking love I love custom props, man. What can I say? The lamps has been removed entirely. There's a bit of deco. It's I don't know what expression this eye is. It is less than thrilled to exist. But yeah. Less than thrilled to exist, for sure. It currently has no torpedoes, because I'm going to be using this against the Great Talons and Scarlet Dawn, first of all. It is mostly reinforced bodies with incendiary warheads, and there's nothing incredibly fancy about this, really. It's, like, pretty simple on the face of it. It is a canoe that is heavy enough to sink. That's basically it. So, if we spawn in something for this to shoot at, I don't know, shoot at a Paraibo, why not? So, when combat starts, this thing, it just gently slips beneath the water and just throws way too many missiles at it. It turns out that, swings and roundabouts in front of the depths, never underestimate just spamming missiles at something. It works against a lot of things. In fact, it works against most things. And I hardly ever use missiles, or medium missiles especially, at the moment, but, like, turns out it can work damn well. And because this thing has nothing sticking out of the water, unlike the Carnival, it's a lot more stealthy. So yeah, it also doesn't require much detection at all. It's just got passive sonars on it, and so it has a very low sonar signature, and which means that its big sonar decoy over here in the front can do stuff. It has also got some kind of redundancy. This is not the most intelligent missile ammo setup, but, like, you know, nice and compact. It, in fact, like, most of the power of this thing is actually going to an ECM jammer, which I'm going back and forth of because, like, well, ECM jammers are pretty nice. It does mean that sonar buoys are absolutely useless against this thing. They basically can't see it at all. But yeah, it's engines and air compartment missiles with props on the outside. So, but I'm stuck on a name for this thing. It needs to be the name of a metal band, or just metal music related at the very least. And that, yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions, please do share. And hopefully we'll get to see this thing in action a little bit, because it's just very good at setting things on fire, which is ironic, because it lives underwater. Alright. Gotta take this out. Gotta take this out. Gotta take this out. Oh, yeah. Right. Alright, fellas, you need to kill the nuclear weapon. Before you need to kill this thing before the nuclear weapon comes and commits Sudoku on itself. Actually, I could just turn you off. Because using a nuke against this is, like, absolutely silly overkill. Look at you with Seawiz. Look at you exploding. What the... Oh, AI dead. Damn. Was that missile clipping actually in my favor for once? Neat! Alright, and Mr. Nuke, you can start flying again, because why not? Oh, perfect. Yes! Yes! Yes, our allies and I are going to magnificently destroy this thing here. Alright, what do we got here? Right. Oh, I've now got 2 boat roths. Oops. We need to rename one of them. You are... Kayak Roth. Ships get renamed all the time, it's fine. Proceed! With the murder and such. Alright, the optimism. Alright, I forgot about that. It's their bloody cram thing. How about that? And that over there is the lepton, which is teeny and tiny. And also teeny. And is very hard to hit, annoyingly. There we go. Perfect. And what? Oh, I think the optimism just one-shot that, which is perfect. Oh my god, really? Hold on a minute. Did the breadboard? Hello? What the hell? Oh. Alright, I need to manually unbugger this. Great. Thank you for the people who suggested thrust vectoring. I'm so thrilled with you. I'm so thrilled at your brilliant idea. To be fair, I think you can set it up in breadboard that thrust vectoring works in reverse, but I cannot be bothered. I really, sincerely cannot be bothered. No! No! Naughty! No collision! Bad! Wrong! Gary is in position.
Moving out. Moving out.
And Gary has a lot of exercise to do. Gary gets to do what Gary likes to do best, which is flatten the raven's nest, which is very cathartic, especially after everything we've been through. Admittedly, we did get ridiculously lucky a lot, which I do not care for! I do not care for it one bit. Alright, so that is the Alchemist's Lair. I kind of forgot about that, I think. Oh well, we got big lasers. What's the worst that could happen? Wait, the Alchemist's Lair is another thing, right? Alright, nope, we're good. We're good. Look at Gary with his little dorsal lasers. And the crams which are not firing. Never mind, they're firing. They're firing! Hooray! Who and also... This is taking too long. Gary? Your vengeance. It is needed. Your vengeance is now! Also, this is what synchronized fire does, is that sometimes it means that the cram is fully loaded, but it just does not fire, because it's like, duh, error. Yeah, I was getting very frustrated with the Gary's synchronized fire when trying to retrofit him, because it wasn't very good. They really need to, like, they meaning the devs. I don't know if they're gonna bother. See, look at this. Those guns were loaded. I know they were loaded, but they just were like, nah, we don't feel like firing. We don't feel like it. I don't know what changed. I don't know what went wrong, but it did. And this Alchemist's Lair is taken approximately 1,000,000 billion years to finally kill. Kill, I say. Why did... Oh. Because Hollow Point, that's why. Gary's having a good time, probably. Are you disintegrated? Low health. Perfect. Fall into the water. Fall into the water, I say. Please do not shoot, Gary. I mean, I could pause the game and just let this dissolve. In fact... Oh well, too late. I guess that is a 3-gun salute. To stupidly salute that thing. Well, now you get to play with the Raven's Nest. Well done, Gary. You blew your load. But now, you can do what you do best, which is shoot a fortress that can barely shoot back. Also, Gary's lasers are... weirdly enough, very good at lasering things. Alright, let's see what this does. They're all focused on the same spot, so that's nice. How much damage did that do? Ah, almost 500,000 kinetic damage. You know what, Gary? Things are slightly forgiven. Slightly. What the hell is going on here? Like, it literally caused multiple turrets to fall off. Okay, you take 4% health off it. That works fine. That works just fine. How much laser damage have we done? Plenty. How much fire damage have we done? Not much. Alright, Gary. Synchronized fire, you know you want to. Hooray! You are now doing what you designed. Basically, the Raven's Nest is one of the main reasons Why did that explode too early? Gary? You're being silly. That might have been off a planar shield or something? I don't know. Right, I'm seeing a lot of bits full of Gary. I don't think any of it's important, though. You shot holes in the sails! How dare you? That's rude. That's not allowed. I am allowed to shoot you. You are not allowed to shoot me. That's how this works. So yeah, the Raven's Nest is the primary reason for Gary's existence, because this bloody thing takes so long to kill if you use anything other than like an overwhelming amount of firepower, just because it's big and it's also like just spread out. It has a lot of bulk. Also, watching Holopoint Crams shoot this thing is very cathartic. Have all the decoys been shot off? I think they have. Curses! See what happens to Cram Cannon. Oh yeah, deep in there. Possibly too deep. I actually wonder if the laser targeted for Crams, it calculates based on just the standard muzzle velocity instead of the actual muzzle velocity based on the velocity of the vehicle. Or maybe it does, and it's just weird. Okay. Now Gary has still down 1% health. And that's okay. Bang. Bang. And also bang. Wait. Bang. Bang. And bang. Much banging has resulted. And lots of things falling off. Also, I think the Raven's Nest is pretty unique in that it's one of the fortresses in which torpedoes actually work kind of well, because it's got this huge stick underwater. Very nice. And you've lost 2% health. Well done, Gary. I made you. I bear all blame for this. And bang, and bang. Third bang. There we go. Fortress busting is commencing. Yeah, those Crams are overshooting a little bit, although... Right, now we are switching to hollow points. And now the hollow pointing will commence. Commence. Okay, the water's freaking out. Nice. Flashlight is on. Right, future me, to remember to brighten up the night scenes for the love of everything. For the love of peanuts, we're away from the frickin' extra shiny Deepwater Guard stuff on there, and the synchronized fire has been desynced again, and that missed. Man, I love how From the Depths works flawlessly 100% of the time, although that is a very nice holopoint shell, and that is another very nice holopoint shell. That is something I'm rather proud of with Gary, is like, holopoint Crams are really good for finishing off something like this, because they're just no damage wasted, just slam. Come on and slam, and welcome to the slam. Come on and slam, if you wanna slam. You can't content ID me because I sing too perfectly. And another turret has fallen off. That's at 71% health. Thank you very please. Thank you very please, and thank you. That took out a lot of engines, I think. And... yep. Lots of block confetti. 69. Hey! It's the sex number! Everyone's favorite number. Right, so we've done over 1 million laser damage. Because, surprise, surprise, Gary's lasers actually steals the show a little bit. How are you not dead yet? Right, let's see where this Cram's gonna land. Final shot. Almost. Very satisfying. Very satisfying indeed. And all guns fire at once because synchronized fire, I don't know what you're talking about. And that... yep, that's it! Hooray! We can turn off the lasers. We can't turn off the crams, though. Right, the time for disco is over. Now is the time for rock. As you can see, Gary is so thrilled at victory that Gary is winking. Also, Gary pitches towards the target a lot more now because I found the crams sometimes have trouble aiming at things. If you don't pitch forward just a little bit. Alright, Gary, how you doing? Yep, doing just fine. Hooray, that's one Great Talent HQ down. I'm trying to remember if this is the one that spawns a bunch of nukes as revenge, because one of them certainly does. Ah! Ah, my body. My entire body. Wow, you just couldn't resist, like... Gary's pissed. Gary is back, and Gary is pissed. And Gary is ready for murder. Like, this face... This is the face of a Gary that really wants revenge against literally the entire world. Do you want to get in Gary's way? I don't think so. Also, part of the joke of Gary is, like, really hyping up the badassery, because it's a frickin' cramcraft, and it's not hard to counter. Okay, then. What? Huh. Hooray! Right, and submarines. Alright, so now we need to start building our secret weapon, which is the Nightwish. I've been keeping that on the down low because, quite frankly, I'm not sure about it. But it is a million smackers and we need it right the hell now. Okay then. Nightwish, and future me, remember to talk about the Nightwish. 321, 321, 321. The Nightwish, named after the band Nightwish. I am simultaneously proud and embarrassed of this thing, because, on the face of it, it's quite simple. This is a rush job. And those of you who have played From the Depths for a while know what a rush job means. It means that you're going to spend more time trying to fix the bloody thing than actually using it. So, what about the Nightwish? Let's start from the back. We have sail. I really love the new sails just because it's a great way to put, like, nice big icons and stuff. Here is a custom decal right here. I am rather proud of it. I don't know why the word Nightwish makes me think of eyeballs and stars, but it kind of is. I guess you're looking at the night star. And wishing. Okay, there you go. There's also pretty lights on it, and deco of stars and stuff, which is about as much as I actually want to do with this thing. Here it's got a blue eye. It knows what's coming. It's sad. But yeah, this is basically a canoe filled with laser, and that's basically about it. So starting from the front over there, lots of surge protectors. We got, let's start all the way over there. This thing's big, by the way. It's 400 meters long. When in doubt, make canoe bigger. That's the BorderWise way. So we've got laser warders. We've got some smoke. Very important, the smoke. We've got hydrofoils. This is a hydrofoil because of course it is. All my stuff is. Turning props right there. Smoke, laser warners. The front end of it is completely empty. It's got room for fun and activities and improvements. Behold the laser Tetris I kind of stumbled on. I changed laser Tetris on this, like, I don't know, maybe 5-7 times. What I am proud of is that this is now, well, distributed. So there's laser sections fore, aft, and middle. So it's harder, not that hard, but harder to completely knock out the laser on this, which is very good. Got some there, got some massive steam engines right there. Center of mass is full of nice expensive materials, so not my best move. Here is the main laser. You'll notice it does about 66,000 damage per shot, at least when it's full. Not the most piercy of pierce lasers. I probably should redo this. In fact, when I put this on the workshop, please let me know how I can make this more piercy. I was meaning to reverse engineer the super radiance of Lightning Hood's infamy, and I forgot to do that every time, so that's on me. Lots of steam engines, lots of steam engines. This thing burns through materials like it's going out of style. Nice pretty lights. And over here, we have not one, but two masks with lasers on them, with heavy armor ducts on them just in case they get shot. These lasers do about 80% of their damage, even at 4,000 meters, so this is a very long-range platform. In testing, I of course spawned it at my default, 2,000 meters, spawned it straight towards the target. When I'm actually using this in the campaign, it's going to spawn way the hell away and like snipe things from a distance, which it is very good at. Also, rigging is very pretty. Alright, so all the way over here, we've got multiple props. The top speed of this thing is about 67 meters per second. It can go up to 70. So I've seen it go up to 75. And let's just fling this against... One of the things I was testing with it, and man, I hope don't embarrass me on camera, is I throw it against a pair of tarpons, just to be sure that it does the pierce thing laser. And immediately it's done almost 100,000 laser damage. So it does very well. It also has shield projectors, which I begrudgingly put on it, because it kept having bits disabled. Also, I forgot about the armor. So let's just do... Right, how much damage have we done to that Tarpon? Tarpon's already at 96% health. That thing's actually falling out of the sky, which is really neat. So typical Pierce lasery goodness, it just punches through things, and the intensity is very high, so it really does not care about smoke that much. It's very nice indeed. How deep is that going? I see holes, I see holes, I see lots of lovely holes. Hooray! Oh wow, that's really gone like almost the entire length of the Tarpon. You know, it's easy to complain about pierce weapons until you start using them yourself. Any important bits there? Nope. Good. So, only one of these lasers fires at a time. There's 2 laser combiners for redundancy, because the one thing you don't want is to have a big expensive laser system, stick it all in one combiner, and then that combiner gets shot off and you can't shoot at things anymore. Hey, 69 meters per second. Okay, 71 meters per second. So there we go. Alright, armor. I should talk about the armor. This thing has very specifically got a anti-plasma armor. That's the wrong one. Off, up, back, front. There we go. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a multiple layers. So we've got metal, alloy, air gap. Alloy, air gap, alloy, air gap, alloy, oil, alloy, heavy armor pole. This was a quick fix because the thing kept getting penetrated by stuff and I didn't like it. And then alloy. So this is pretty thick armor, and most importantly, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of armor, separate layers of armor, air gapped, means that this thing is quite plasma resistant, which is very, very good indeed. It's already sunk one of the Tarpons, actually. So this is material equivalent. Admittedly, the Tarpon is vulnerable. Well, the one thing it is vulnerable to is lasers, so that's a bit of a bummer. And that is us showing off, I guess. And this is half the ship it used to be. Let's turn that off. Hello? Hello? There we go. Alright, so the Nightwish. This thing was actually purpose-built to just have some kind of counter to the Harpia. But it's done pretty well against most things I've tested against. Not all of them. Anything that's got good pierce will just annihilate this thing, which is deeply ironic because this is a piercy lasery thing. Please stop shooting at the Tarpon in the water. That's very silly. Anyway, hopefully we get to test this against some flying bricks. If not with the Great Talons, hopefully with the Scarlet Dawn and the Twin Guard and all that stuff, and hopefully it'll be very good. Looking forward to that. Right, here goes absolutely nothing. Just gonna see how well Team Nuclear Warfare does against this. Where are we aimed? There's the Karakara. Okay. Just make sure everything is turned on. Jolly good. What's the Karakara again? I remember seeing that. Oh, it's this thing. It has a big gun. Oh, this is a thing that likes to close in a lot. And here comes the nuclear weapon. In it goes. Kablooey. You know what? I don't think we're gonna need another one. I think that's it, actually. I think we're good. I think that might have been overkill, as a matter of fact. You spin me right round. Oopsie daisy. Oh. Did we accidentally pick a fight with... We totally accidentally picked a fight with everything. Alright. Right, that thing isn't being built because we're not in friendly... Right, just end the battle. Run away. Run away, please, because I don't actually want to... I don't actually want to pick a fight with that right now. I want to do that later. Oh, I see you.
Moving out.
I don't know if the Hailstorm Gremlins can take on a Casimir. I hope they can.
Moving out.
Let's find out. Alright, Samba, Roomba, Tuba, Lucky, Ziba, Biba, Baba. Also, I should mention that I swapped the Hailstorm Gremlin to switch back to using AP Heat rather than AP Time Frag, because those fragments do so little damage when they explode with the Time Fuse anyway. I'd rather have the occasional Heat Shell do things. Where the hell is the Casimir? It's northeast. It's over there somewhere. Anyway, begin. Oh, there it is. Hello. Are you gonna drive like a crazy person? Alright, everything is closing in on the Casimir. You know what's the great thing about filling the air with bullets? Is this thing gonna solo my entire squad of Hailstorm Gremlins? Because if it does, I'm gonna be pissed off. Well then. We have managed to do almost no damage. How fast does this thing move? It moves at 150 meters per second. That is basically too fast for bullets to catch. This might have been a stupid idea. Oh, that looked important. This is why we keep AP Heat around. Assuming that was an AP Heat shell. Alright, please burn and go out of control. Yay, we might actually hit this thing. What am I saying? We did hit it. I think, like, maybe 1 out of every 100 bullets is hitting the Casimir right now. Die. Like, you've lost. Like, you're not firing your missiles, and never mind, you are firing your missiles. I stand corrected. Also, if you descend just a little bit and, like, bonk into the mountain, that'll be really cool of you. Like, honestly, it'll be the coolest. All the cool kids are doing it. And this is where people would be saying me, BorderWise, you should use railguns. And I'll be like, I know you're right, but I don't want to. My reasons are not based on reason. My reasons are based on force of habit. Oh, please flop into the ocean. Ah! You know, Gary has a laser, so Gary will actually deal with this faster. Maybe I should let Gary handle this. If nothing else, because this thing is death run. Okay, that does it. I'm done. You are boring, Mr. Casimir. You are boring me.
Listening.
To being too annoying. And just over here, we've got a little aardvark to squash. Don't squash aardvarks in real life. They are delightful earth pigs and they deserve respect and protection. Gary, fly swat. This is complete overkill to swat a Casimir, but Gary has a laser. And Gary will use a laser to laser something. Isn't that nicer? Yay! Thank you, Gary. Gary's like, give me better prey! Alright, some very tribal music for the Grey Talons. Very tribal! It is as tribal as it gets. Hello? Are you not firing ever? What are you doing? Hello? Hello? I didn't see you fire even once. What the hell are you doing? I do hate how From the Depths does this. It's like, oh, sorry, I don't feel like functioning today. Maybe his laser wasn't... There we go. Alright, let's see. How long is this going to take? Hopefully not that long. Nope, I'm seeing a lot of block confetti. It's almost like pierce lasers are very strong. Even when they're small and pathetic. I really should have brought different craft in because this thing is now sitting in the water. And the thing about water is that it's hard to set things on fire when they're sitting in the water. Although I am seeing a lot of delicious block confetti, so that's nice. I should shut up and speed this up because frankly this is a sitting aardvark we're shooting. Oh, hey! Despawning! We have succeeded! Success has been had! Look at that! The Dragonforce has actually did something. Or we can have nuclear conflict. Let's see what happens. Please don't pull the HQ. Yeah. Okay, then. Metalhead nukes go there. You go all the way down there, and before the Dawn Bomber, you go over there. We're gonna start over here on the nuke, which is fully amphibious, so don't worry. Health and safety is all fine. Where are you gonna go? Where the hell did he go? Oh, there you are. You were just that fast. Oh, you spawned over there. I hope everything's going for the pike. That would be good. I don't see where my nuclear weapon went. Hold on, let us lock onto the nuclear weapon. Nuclear weapon, where are you? You're going over there. Going straight for the pike, by the looks of it, I think. Where are you going? Whee! And Vortex is over there. Right, lots of burning happening. What the hell is that? That pike is like a million miles away. Right, where is that nuke? It is closing in fast. Very fast. Oh, there's a missile. Hello! Alright, now the Metalheads are going to try and avoid crashing into each other, which is annoying. Please collide with the target. Sometimes nukes do this, I don't know why. Oh my god, this is the problem with having nukes fight fast things. Especially if they're turning. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, apologies to the people who don't like seeing nukes in action, but they work really well. It is unfortunate. Down you frickin' go! Oh, you got... How did you get set on fire? That's very silly. Have you considered not doing that? What is this? Lowly skybase. Very lowly. So low. It's gonna be in the ocean. That's how low it's gonna be. And... Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Any nuclear revenge? Nope. Good. Where's my supply fleet? I need it. Like fighter force. Right, split up. I don't remember what the Nero is. It's one of their smaller Doom satellites of Doom. We'll have to see, won't we? Oh, it's too high. Uh-oh. Oh wait, it's one of them things. How expensive is this? It's expensive. Ah. I kind of thought this would be more small and, Never mind. We're gonna get, all of them, and we're gonna get the submarines involved in it. Alright, so this is where the Kayak-In-Thirds, let's see what it does. Right, so carnivals go over here. Kayak-In-Thirds, which is not as fast as them, can go over here. And this does need a real name, so I'm open to name suggestions. Lots of them. Hopefully this thing doesn't have good underwater detection. And let's see if any of these... Oh, it's a plasma thing. Oh, got shot immediately. Oh, I do not like that. How much damage did that do? Ah, plenty. Well, thank you. Man, I love it when hiding underwater does nothing! I know subs are cheesy, but that seems stupid. The thing's under... I mean, you can very clearly see it. even from space. So maybe I should shut up. Wait, it's just falling out of the sky. Did we just bamboozle this thing? Also, did I put enough rubber on it? Huh. Well then. What didn't... Yep, well... Huh. Okay. And too low. Okay then. Well done. You have succeeded? Question mark? Well done. I'm confused. We won that. I don't know why the Nero spontaneously decided to take a swim. That feels like it shouldn't have happened. I do wonder, like... Alright, so question for the audience. Do ECM jammers make it easier for things to spot you with wireless transmitters? With wireless snoopers, I mean? Because I am wondering about that now. It's been so long since I've really thought about making a good submarine that I must confess I don't remember the details at all. Okay, well, it's time for Gary to commit murder again. Should not take long. Shouldn't take long. Hopefully should not take long. And Gary, I swear, if you reverse into a mountain, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, then. Alright, this ain't too bad. This is kind of bad. Alright, go for it, Gary. Kill! Right, I am going to speed up the destruction of the Raven's Nest because, quite frankly, it's going to be a problem. And of course, you're going to go for the Alchemist Lair first. That thing which is, you know, oh so scary. Please go for the Pelican first.
Listening. Engaging now.
Right, Pelican is not even the cost of Gary. What's the worst that could happen? Gary is closing in. Gary has opened fire. Will these crimes be good? They're good. They're very good, actually. Pelican gun has stopped firing. Looks like. Never mind. It's still firing. Gary doesn't care. Gary will chase you. Doesn't matter what altitude you sit at. Gary is coming for you. I was worried, and then I remembered that Gary is really good at... What the hell was that? And AI dead. Perfect. And this is why it's great to have turrets that spin 360 degrees. You think you're safe from Gary when you are behind him? You fool! You fool! Gary sees you! Gary is going to kill you! And bang bang. Please let that be AI dead. There are times I miss having an EMP, because it turns out the EMP does make your life a lot easier in a lot of ways. One of the, I think maybe one of the lasers burned itself off. Okay, you know what? Firing restrictions on the lasers might be a good idea so they don't singe each other. Oh well, that just means we've got one very strong laser instead of two piddly ones. Oh well. More cram. Another cram? Don't mind if I do. Freaking love Gary doing things. He's not exactly... Can I also point out that Gary is one of the least kayak or canoe-shaped things I've ever made. It takes a real stretch of the imagination to call this thing a canoe. Admittedly, I know that the people watching this tend to have big brains full of imagination, so... Also, alright, so we've still got one wiggly foot, that's nice. Alright, Gary, you are gonna need to, you're gonna need to strafe hard to starboard in a second. And there's the Raven's Nest! I forgot about the bloody bear icon, and how silly it is. Whee! Cram! Oh, wow. Premature cram! Premature, I say! That one was not premature. Is there another one coming? More cram, please. We need more. More! Alright, there's more. Okay then. Now we sit and play the waiting game and wait for Gary to cram everything to death. It's very fun. Hooray! Another raven nest down. Splendid. Okay, wow, Gary's eyes have been shut out completely. That's made him really mad. Okay then. What the? Destroy the raven's nest and quest Finito on HardestDifficulty. Oh. Wait a minute. Was that the raven's nest? Like, I'm confused. Like, I already did that. The Raven's Nest and Raven's Nest? Raven's Nest plural? Alright, Gary, you have fun. Gary is, like, working out some issues at the moment. It is nice to see, like, Gary's, like, friggin' tail feathers of laser over there. I do need to set some firing restrictions on those laser turrets, because otherwise it's bad. Or maybe I should just have one proper laser turret. Gary laser turret restrictions, because Gary's just too bloodthirsty. Gary does self-harm. Like, I'm assuming that's what happened. That one laser, like, when it was turning, when Gary was turning like 180 degrees to, like, shoot the new target, one of the lasers just went bzzz and, like, cut the other one. That's what I would assume. Alright, let's see if this is the one that spawns nuclear weapons. As a revenge fleet thing. Gary, that is excessive. Gary is a war criminal and is proud of it. Alright then. Revenge fleet? No. Okay then. Right, Gary, as per usual, got beat the hell up, but has come through strong. Gary is really helping this campaign progress quickly because those frickin' Raven's Nest take approximately 1,000,000 billion years to kill, so that's nice. So, it's also nighttime, which is annoying for showing off Gary, although it does make Gary's eyes, all of them, pop out considerably better. Alright, so, Nightwish did not get exercise, but the unnamed submarine, reminder, I need names for that thing, and suggestions for improvements, because I'm at a loss. So yeah. Like, this is episode 8. Here we are, we're making good progress, we've survived our initial conflict with the Great Talons and Scarlet Dawn, and now we're on the offensive, which feels very, very good. So look forward to next time, where we clobber more Raven's Nests with Gary, and hopefully get to laser things with the Nightwish a bit, because I've been looking forward to that. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of Gary, and any other content like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you, like access to a Patreon exclusive Discord where we can discuss how amazing and how many flaws Gary has. Gary doesn't have flaws, what are you talking about? And at higher tiers, I will review your craft, I'll build craft for you, I'll do art for you, and what else is there? Oh yeah, I stream on Twitch. Come along to that. It's a good time. Hang out with us while we try and make a custom campaign, and it's going to take 1,000,000 years, but, like, you know, it's about the journey, not the destination. We will finish the journey, though. Hope to see you there when it does. Finish. I mean, the journey. Farewell! Gary has spare eyes because he keeps losing them in fights. Grrr!